and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. Today I have an exciting video for you. Today I'm going to do another fake bake for you, so I hope you enjoy. Here I have a Swedish princess cake and some Petit Fours. Since we are still in spring, I'm going to be using pastel colors. You can make yours whatever colors you desire. And since we are going to be showing the inside of the cake, of the princess cake, we're going to make the inside first. Now, I'm going to want to get a buttermilk color to it, so I'm going to blend these two colors together, which I am using a caramel color and of course the white colors. And I'm just going to blend it together until I get that color that I desire. Okay, so now we're going to want to make a ball. Just keep in mind that the bottom's going to have to be flat, and don't worry about if there's any lines or marks or anything like that, because we're actually going to cover this. Okay, so this next step is optional. Since I am right underneath my fan and my AC is blowing, I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag to keep it soft. Okay, so now we're gonna do what's going to cover that ball. So here I have a pink, and because I want it light, I'm just gonna grab a little bit of that color and blend it in with the white. So when you're rolling out your fondant, you want to make sure that it's wide enough that's going to cover your cake. Just make sure that it's not too thin, otherwise it's going to rip on you. So now we're going to cut the fondant with the cookie cutter. If you do not have a cookie cutter, you could use a cup. If not, you could use a lid to a jar, as long as the fondant is big enough or wide enough to cover your cake. Alright, so now we're going to cover our cakes, and you're just going to flip it over and you're going to lap over the fondant. Just be careful at this part. Try not to squeeze your cake, because otherwise you'll have little dents in there. And just lap them over. Once they're over, then what we're going to do is just cut off the excess. Or if you choose, you can go ahead and cover your entire cake. That is totally up to you. Okay, this part is optional, but again, I am underneath my fan, so I want to make sure that it does not dry up. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag. Now we're going to make some roses, and you're going to want to cut some like 4 pieces or 6, however, depending on how big you want your rolls to be. And you're just going to roll them all out evenly. Make sure that they are the same thickness, because again, you do not want to make them too thin, otherwise they'll start ripping on you. Okay, so don't worry if the sizes are not all the same. We're going to be using a decorative pastry tip, and the size, in case you want to know, that I'm using is number 366. Okay, so once you got all of your pieces cut out, the next step is we're going to cut the circles in half. Here I'm using a utility knife, but I stopped because I realized that I was cutting into the paper. So I grab a pair of scissors. Again, if you're going to be using sharp objects, please be careful. I would hate for you to cut yourself. Once you cut all of your 4 pieces, or how many pieces you have, you're going to start layering one on top of the other. And you're going to start, once you layer as many as you want, just keep in mind, the more you layer, the bigger your rolls is going to be. You're just going to start rolling it up, as you can see, and just be careful that when you're rolling it up, that you're lining all of the bottom pieces together. Now, I chose just to do 4 of the pieces together, and because I want 2 separate roses. Once you layer them and roll it up, then you can get your little tool and just open up the little petals so it can form more of an open rose, or you can just leave it closed, whatever you desire. Okay, so now we're going to cut a piece out of our clay. This part is going to be time consuming, only because you have to try to cut this piece out without squeezing too hard your clay. Otherwise, you'll have dents in there. Alright, so now that we took our piece out, now we're going to start making a hole in the middle where we're going to be filling it up with some frosting. Alright, so if you do get some little light dents in there, just roll it back and forth like the way I did, and that should help it. Now, I am going to use this old toothbrush and just pounce on the clay to try to give it that cake effect look to it. Okay, now that I add my frosting, now I'm going to add both of the flowers. So this rose is a little bit too big, so I'm just gonna cut off the bottom piece, and that will make it the same size as the other rose. So now they're both perfect small little roses. Okay, so the same thing that I did to the big size, I'm gonna do to this small little size. First, I just want to straighten everything out, try to make it almost back the same size. Once you do cut your piece out, keep in mind that it's going to be a little bit smaller than the size of the opening of your cake. Okay, now that I finished the Swedish princess cake, now I'm going to show you how easy these Petit Fours are to make. Okay, so here I have some spare clay from my princess cake. Now, with this part, you're going to want to make sure that you condition it well, because you do not want any markings left on there. Once you rub that really well and make sure there's no markings or any type of lines or what have you, you're going to want to make a marshmallow shape. Once you make that marshmallow shape, then you're going to want to start flattening it down where you can have 4 sides. After you have 4 sides, and that's it. So then you just start decorating however you want. On mine, I chose to add some little bows. Now, these molds here that I got these off of Amazon. I also seen them at Hobby Lobby. Now, I'm not sure if Hobby Lobby sells all 3 of them, but I do recall seeing them there before. Now, if you do not want to use little molds like the way I'm using mine here, then you could use some fabric paint and make a cute little design on them. Or you could add some sprinkles and then just cover that up with some decoupage, whatever your heart desires. You know, for me, this was quick and simple, and plus I love the little bows, how cute they look on there. And this whole project, well, this little petite fours, they were not petite, I'm sorry, Petit Fours, they were like so simple and easy to do. And as you can see, that's how they look. They look so incredible cute. They look so real. I mean, if they were, I would have ate them by now. Anyway, all right, my friends, so this is the end of the video. I'm going to give you a closer look so you can see, and I am going to say my goodbyes. Again, thank you so much to all of you who have subscribe to my channel, and to those who keep returning back. You guys are awesome. And until next time, my friends, stay safe, be kind. Bye.